Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica, known as Data Geek, and in this episode is episode 2 of our beginner algo trading series. We're going to be building a simple trading bot based on RSI, and it stands for Relative Strength Index. RSI is one of the popular indicators for identifying stocks that are overbought or oversold. I'm going to show you how exactly to create it. We're going to create a sell and buy signal. Then we will visualize it, all using Python in Jupyter Notebook. Now a little disclaimer, this video is for education purposes only. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. You must always do your own research before investing or trading in real money. Now grab your cup of coffee. Let's jump into building your bot using Jupyter Notebook. I'll see you inside. All right, so here I am in Jupyter Notebook. So these are the steps that we're going to do to create a simple RSI trading bot with Python. Step 1, we're going to import libraries. Step 2, we're going to download the stock data, which we will use Apple stock, as we did in episode 1. And step 3, we're going to calculate the RSI. Step 4, we're going to create the buy and sell signals. And step 5, we will plot the RSI strategy. Then we will wrap it up. Okay, but before we start to import our libraries, the first thing you need to do if you did not watch our episode 1, you're going to need to install the yfinance and pandas, NumPy, and matplotlib libraries. Add a cell here, and to do that, you're going to do !pip install, and then you do yfinance, pandas, NumPy, and matplotlib. Once you've installed these packages, you can now import your libraries. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I already did that. I'm going to import yfinance as yf, import pandas as pd, import numpy as np, import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. And I will run this. So now it changed to a number, so it ran successfully. So just a little review. Again, I went over this in episode 1, but if those just jumping into this episode 2, I'll let you know what these mean. So yfinance lets us download real stock price easily from Yahoo Finance. Pandas as PD. So pandas helps us organize and work with the stock data in a table format. And NumPy helps us with quick math and number calculations. And matplotlib is what we use to make charts and graphs to visualize everything we build. These libraries are very common in finance and data science, and they make our work so much easier. So now in step 2, we are going to download Apple's stock price using the yfinance library. So we are going to give it the stock symbol, which is the AAPL, and ask for prices from January 1st, 2022 to January 1st, 2023. Then we use the head function to look for the first few rows and make sure everything downloaded correctly. So I'm going to write a note here. I'm going to get real world stock prices so we can calculate the RSI and build our strategy. So we're going to call this data. You can call this DF, you can call this whatever you want, but I'm calling this data. This is my data set that I'm going to be using. So data and then yfinance, so yf dot download, open parentheses, single quotation, and this is where our symbol for Apple stock, it's called a ticker, so AAPL. So I will put a list of tickers in the description below if you want to try other examples with different types of stock. For now we're doing Apple, so it's AAPL, comma, And then our start date, we want to start from 2022 to January 1st. And then we want to end equals 2023 to January 1st. So a whole year from 2022 to 2023. This is the line of code you need to download your data. Now I want to view my data. So it's going to be data.head, open and close parentheses, and run this code. So now you can see that my variables, price, close, high, low, open, and volume, my ticker name, which is AAPL for Apple, and then we have our dates. Now that we're able to view our data, we go to step 3, where we're going to calculate the RSI, which stands for Relative Strength Index. In this step, we're going to create the indicator that tells us when the stock is overbought or oversold. So the first thing I want to do is put a note here, function to calculate RSI. And it's going to be DEF calculate underscore RSI, open parentheses, series, period, equals 14, close parentheses, semicolon. So here we create a function called calculate RSI, which is here. This looks at how much the price moves up or down each day. Now we will do a delta equals series dot diff, open and close parentheses. So now this calculates the difference between each day's closing price and the previous day's closing price. Then next we're going to put gain equals, open parentheses, delta dot where, open parentheses, delta is higher than 0, comma, 0, and double close those parentheses, dot, rolling, open parentheses, window equals, period, close parentheses, dot mean, open and close parentheses. So now this identifies days with positive price changes, which is gains. And then loss applies a rolling window of 14 periods to calculate the average loss over these periods. It's going to be open parentheses, negative, delta, dot where, open parentheses, delta is less than 0, comma, 0, double close those parentheses, dot, rolling, open parentheses, window equals, period, close parentheses, period, mean, open and close parentheses. RS equals gain divided by the loss, and we want it to return 100 minus, open parentheses, 100 divided by, open parentheses, 1 plus RS, and then close those parentheses. So this here, the RS equals gains divided by losses. This computes the relative strengths RS by dividing the average gain by the average loss. And then this here, return 100 negative. This one here applies the RSI formula to scale the RS into a value between 0 and 100. Then next we will go ahead and put data, open bracket, single quotation, RSI, single quotation, close that bracket, equals, calculate, underscore RSI, open parentheses, data, open bracket, single quotation, close, single quotation, bracket, and close parentheses. So I will run this. So everything went good. So the purpose of averaging gains and losses, the average over 14 days smooths out the short-term fluctuation and provides a clear picture of the stock's momentum. So this standard period is widely used in technical analysis to identify potential overbought or oversold conditions. So in step 4, we're going to go ahead and start creating our signals. So here we will build a simple rule the bot can follow automatically. And we will start off with data, open bracket, single quotation, signal, single quotation, close that bracket, equal to 0, and data.lock, open bracket, data, open bracket, single quotation, RSI, single quotation, close that bracket. We're going to do a lower than 30. We want it to signal equal to 1. Now we're going to do the same thing for 70. So we're going to click and drag this, do a Control C to copy, and a Control V to paste. Those are my shortcuts on Windows to copy paste. So in this case, we want to change this symbol to more than and change that 30 to a 70 and change this 1 to a -1. Then next we will do data, open bracket, single quotation, position, single quotation. Now close that, equals to data, open bracket, single quotation, signal, and close that. .diff, open and close parentheses. So now we just set our bot to follow these automatically. So if the RSI is below 30, it's a buy. And if the RSI is above 70, you want it to signal to sell. S-E-L-L, sell. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. And I put a curly bracket instead of a regular closed bracket. Changing that. So now it is time to make everything visual. So we're going to show the buy sell points clearly to understand how the bot performs. So I'm going to add a cell there and start typing this up. So we plot the stock's closing price over time. Then we add a green arrows where the bot would have bought the stock, which is the RSI below 30, and a red down arrow where the bot would have sold. So that's the RSI above 70. So this way we can easily see if our strategy would have bought good opportunity. So first things first, we're going to do a PLT dot figure and then fig size equals to 14,7. PLT plot open parentheses data open bracket close single quotation close that bracket comma, and then our label equals close price alpha equals 0.5. Close that. Plot scatter open parentheses data dot index open bracket data open bracket single quotation position close the bracket and equals to 1 close that bracket and comma data open bracket single quotation close single quotation open bracket data open bracket position equals to 1 close bracket comma label, and our label equals you want to put buy signal, comma, marker equals. Now this we want to do an arrow up for a buy signal. So arrow up, I'm going to do a shift and the number 6 on my keypad to make that symbol. That's our arrow up. In between single quotations, comma, and I want our color to equal to green, comma, LW equals 3. Close parentheses. Now we just created our signal for the buy signal, which is green, arrow up, right? Now we're going to do the same thing for our sell signal. So it's going to pretty much be almost the same code. So I'm going to click and drag this last 3 lines of code and do a Control C to copy, and then a Control V to paste. I'm going to just edit a little things here. So instead of a 1 here on this first line where it says plot scatter data index, here at the end it says 1. I'm going to put -1. Position stays the same. Our close position, second line is going to be a -1 again. And then our label, instead of buy signal, you want it a sell signal, S-E-L-L. Then our marker, instead of an up position, I'm going to delete this and put a V to have the arrow down. And our color, instead of green, we want it to be red. Everything else stays the same. Now we're going to do plt.title, open parentheses. You can title this whatever you want. I am going to retitle this RSI, Trading Strategy, and then open parentheses. I will buy below 30, comma, and sell above 70. Close parentheses, single quotation, another close parentheses. Now our X, plt.x label, I will put the date variable, plt.y label is going to be our price in USD dollars, single quotation. So these are just our labels for our X and Y axis. Then it's going to be plt.legend, open and close parentheses, plt.grid, open and close, plt.show, open and close. So now you will be able to see exactly where the bot would have bought or sold based on the RSI. So I'm going to run this, and it says closing parentheses does not match opening parentheses. So here, close, open bracket, we need to close this. And it's probably going to be the same here at the bottom. And we will close this because we copied and pasted it. So now we will run this, and here we go. So here's our RSI trading strategy. We're going to buy below 30, sell above 70, and then here's our closing price in blue. And here it goes. It looks like it did a significant drop here between May getting close to July in 2022, a significant drop. So that gives you a signal to what? Buy signal, the green. So you buy it, and then it goes up. You can sell it. It keeps going up. Sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So it does a very good significant trend. And that is it. You just created your bot using RSI. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like this video and consider to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Now in episode 3, we're going even further. I'll show you how to backtest our trading strategies so you can see exactly how your bot would have performed on real historical data before making any real trades. It's going to be a total game changer if you want to build real trading skills with Python. Thanks again so much for your support and for watching, and I will see you on the next episode.